Yo, what's up, everybody? Super Ninja Austin here with the newest episode of the SNA podcast, which we're going to be doing two of them in one night. This will be the fourth week in a row that I'm going to be doing this. This is episode 27, in which we're going to talk about the latest episode of the Friday Night SmackDown review, which is part 4. Let's begin. And let's start off with tonight's episode of SmackDown with Charlotte Flair and Shotzi taking on Io Sky and Bayley. We'll start off with Io Sky and Bayley trying to go after Charlotte Flair once when it was supposed to start off with Charlotte and Bayley, and they started trying to do a 2-1 advantage. That's when Shotzi came in, got involved, helping Charlotte by fighting her and throwing fists at each other, and then that's when Charlotte Flair threw Bayley out of the ring and threw her right into barricade, and then that's when Io Sky threw Shotzi out on the outside, and then this is when she hit her with a moonsault, and then that's when they finally start the match, which they thought they got the better of Shotzi, but they got the better of them, but she tags in Charlotte Flair. She hits her comeback move, and then comes back move, and then that's when she tried to go for the figure eight, which I believe was Bayley. Which Bayley rolled out of it, and then this is when they double, and this is when she came back and started fighting Charlotte Flair and hitting her move. She tried to tag in. This is where she tried tagging Io Sky, but this is when she tagged me, and this is when she tried to hit the genius moonsault. But Asuka interfered, went into the came from behind from Dakota Kai and snatched the WWE Women's Championship from Dakota Kai, and then that's what frightened Dakota, and that's when she ran off like a hen that looks like a hen that was about to get eaten by a wolf. This is when Asuka started rubbing it in her face. He was like, like this is my championship that you didn't even beat me for. And then that's what distracted. Not tagging Io Sky. How silly of me. No, she didn't tag Io Sky. This is when she was very distracted, and then that's when Charlotte Flair hit. She came from behind. She got booted face first right into Charlotte's boot, and then and I'll say same, but it was head first, back of her head first to Io Sky. She went crashing down. This is when she tagged in the ballsy badass Shotzi. She hits her with her finisher. It was like a curvy, curly fisherman's buster to Bayley, and then she got the 1-2-3, and then she got the 1-2-3, and Charlotte Flair and both her and Charlotte Flair got the win. And then this is when Asuka got into the ring. She started doing that her usual Empress dance, and then that's when Io Sky was like, come on, give me back my championship. And then she did that, but she tossed it right onto her, right beside her on the floor, and then just walked up, saying she's gonna be back for that championship. Yeah, that's what she was saying. But I believe she said it in Japanese. But what y'all thought about this match? I'll say they have nothing in common. I agree with Corey Graves on that, but at the same time, I believe this made sense because they have a common hatred with Damage Control. So why not do a tag team match? And then with Charlotte Flair helping her even the odds and helping her beat Bayley, Bayley kind of made sense, but at the same time, they didn't really need to continue this feud though. Continue this feud in this manner, at least I should say. Which I'm not trying to sound hypocritical. I'm just saying in the way that it still continue Bayley, continue Bayley and Shotzi in a way that with Bayley trying to complain about Charlotte got in her way, and then when she wants to match with her, but the things are not over with Shotzi. And then I still think that they should do a hair versus hair match. What do y'all think about that? Y'all let me know down below. And then we're gonna be noted that, and we also noted in spoilers, there will also be noted next week that it's gonna be Asuka versus Io Sky. And who do you think is gonna win that? Like I said on the podcast, on my last podcast, which was the wrestling news video, that it was gonna be, I believe, that Io Sky will retain the championship in the next upcoming pay-per-view, but it looks like it's gonna be sooner rather than later, because it's been noted that Asuka just recently made a return with a little bit more different look than when the last time she faced that. The last time she was in that ring at SummerSlam when she faced Bianca in Charlotte. But yeah, who do you think? Y'all let me know down below. And then like I said on the wrestling news, I can also say Kairi Sane's going to be back in the next couple of months. So we could see a three-way, or even Kairi joining forces with Asuka to face Damage Control, Bayley and Io. And then it could be first they'll do that, and then they'll be arguing who should be the new women's championship. The two Kabuki Warrior minions, not minions, members, not minions, my bad. I'm thinking of Dakota Kai and Io Sky being Bayley's minions, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, and then I think that Kairi Sane's going to make a return. She's going to win, probably the women's championship before 2023 ends. But yeah, let's move on to the next slide. We got. And we're going to talk about them hyping up the main event match, which is the phenomenal AJ Styles against Jimmy Uso. And then they're showing where but it all started with him saying I don't care if he agrees or disagrees. He did it for family, and he did it because he's his family, Jey Uso. And then that's when they showed when John Cena said on the recap saying the wrong Uso quit, and then he got AA, and then he been called to Adam Pearce's office. He went to his office. He really interrupted the conversation he was having with Michin, basically saying she's not important. That's what ticked off AJ Styles, and that's what got he was like, the next time I showed some manners and respect, and then that's when he shoved him. He was like, "What are you gonna do, AJ?" And he shoved him back, and then shoved him back even with more force. And that's when Solo attacked him from behind. And he was like, "We don't say," and that's when he said, "We're not, you're not out of the bloodline unless we say so." And he was like, "Well, I'll take orders from you." And then that's when they showed the end of the match with Solo, which Jey Uso got involved, and then he hit him with the spike, and he got the win. And then that's when he tried to celebrate with his younger brother, but Solo nearly spiked him. But Paul Heyman told him to spare him for now. And because he might want to come back to the bloodline, who knows? But anyway, and then super kicked AJ Styles, which we're gonna get to that match later and towards the end of this video. But this is when they showed after that they showed Paul Heyman on the phone, possibly with Roman Reigns, saying, let's see right here. Let me see what he was talking about. That he's been asking about something, but before he could finish what he was telling him what he was asking for, that's when Jimmy Uso came in. He was like, "Well, yo, what up, OG? Can you not believe this? First John Cena saying they I want to say this for 3 years, but I've been wanting to say this for 3 years, the wrong Uso quit. And then on top of that, little bro who's saying I'm not out of the bloodline unless they say so. Unless they. And then that's when he's like, guess what, OG? I'm in. And he showed his is We the Ones T-shirt. He put that back on. I'm like, well, that's kind of hypocritical because like, why are you trying to? And I'll say this is the first. I'll say I can name like 3 hypocritical moments from heels that made no sense whatsoever. Which I'm gonna get to the other 2 later on to this video review. But this is the first one right here. Like, say he was like, guess what? I'm back. Like. And I was like, well, that was very hypocritical. I thought like he wanted out of the bloodline, like because like that was the whole point of leaving the whole bloodline in the first place. Like like ever since he super kicked him and left the bloodline, super kicking Roman Reigns. Like he was the first one who did it back at Night of Champions at the end of May. And I was like, why would you want to? Like, why would you want to? Like basically, like why would you want to go back to the faction that you were trying to leave in the first place, which is not even a faction because 2 of the members are the only in-ring competitors, while Paul Heyman's just the wise man. But anyways, I was like, that was very dumb. Like, what was the point of leaving the bloodline just to go back there? Like, well, like we're gonna get to the reason later on to the video because the commentators explain why that he wants to go back, which that made somewhat sense, made sense. But yeah, he was like I'm back, right? And then that's when Paul Heyman's like, yeah, you're in the bloodline, but you're not in the bloodline. Which he said it the second time. He said with a deep voice. He's not in a deep voice in the bloodline, I should say. And he's like, and if you can, and he said, and he told him like if he can take care of AJ Styles tonight at the end of the show, like then we could see if you are really in the bloodline. And then that's when Jey Uso's like, oh, like yeah, that's right. Like okay, I see what you're talking about. Like it's like I can see that everything's being more and more stressful and for you up to late, like so. Yeah, like I understood, and then that's when they both walked away from walk for to their separate respective paths. This is when Paul Heyman spotted AJ Styles. He thought he could poke fun of him and talk so much shit on him, saying like you just can't get enough of the bloodline. And he started chuckling, and then that's when AJ Styles hold him against the I believe it was against the pole. Like he was like yeah, like oh, you asked for it now. And then that's when Jimmy Uso, my apologies, like wrong Uso. He came in, attacked him, and started beating him down like into like it looked like a pre-match beatdown rather than a post-match beatdown. But the match don't even start until. And I was like, why would he beat him down like when he has like 2.5 hours, or not an hour and a half before he even faces him? But we're gonna figure, but I guess he got the early advantage, so we're gonna figure out what's gonna happen next. What's gonna happen next later on, which we're gonna get to that. But we're gonna move on to the next thing, the next segment, which is match. Okay, why it went on to Raw? No, my apologies. Okay. Let's see. Let's move on to the next one, and that is And my apologies, I'll say Friday Night SmackDown was live in Boston, Massachusetts, and I can think of 2 wrestlers that are from there. One of them is still currently with the company, while the other one no longer there. But I can tell you the one that's still in the company, he couldn't make it because of obvious reasons, being on the Superstar Spectacle event, which he was in a match teaming with, which has been noted that he wrestled at the Spectacle show, which is in India, which he teamed up with the current world heavyweight champion Seth freaking Rollins against the 2 Imperium members, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, which I believe they won that match. But we're gonna get to that later, of more spectacle of the Superstar Spectacle. But anyways, we're gonna talk about the backstage with Bayley complaining to her girls, Dakota Kai and Io Sky, why was Asuka interfering? And then that's when Kayla Braxton tried to interview about the matter. This is when Bayley was like Asuka stuck her nose into our business, and she had no business interfering in me and Sky's match, or Io, or should I say Io? I think she said Io. Me and Io's match. And then if she wants a shot at Io's championship, she got it, but she's gonna. And then that's when Io was like, and then she was like, I'm ready for Asuka, and I am gonna give her a challenge that she is not yet to ask for, and like I'm gonna ask her for her. I'm gonna put and then it'll be for the title, and she smacked the championship right beside her, and then that's when they stormed out of there, and then this is when we had LA Knight cutting a promo about the Miz, like saying he can't get enough about LA Knight, but first this is when he's like, let me talk to you, and that's when the fans chanted yeah, and then that's when he was like the first week on Raw, like he started mocking me by dressing up like me and playing cosplay as LA Knight. And then the second week he put on a stage show by putting the skull crushing finale on the Invisible John Cena, like if he's some kind of what he said, like the way he described him as a crazy person, like he'd skull crush finale, like if he's some kind of my version of saying this, like as a mental actor or whatever, yeah. But let's see right here. But first, I would say this is where it gets to the second part of the part of hypocritical heels, double H, I should say. With the second hypocritical heel being Corey Graves. First, he was like saying, yeah. And I'm like, I thought he was a sore loser. And then this is not going to be the only time he started to sound like a hypocrite. But anyways, this is when LA Knight said that, he was being a massive crazy person by skull crushing finale, just because he cost him this match against me, LA Knight, and the fans say, yeah, he's like, you're gonna keep whining about me me losing because of John Cena being a special guest referee, and then he was like, whether if he was the special guest referee, or not, I would have beaten you in that match at Payback. And don't get me wrong, I respect John Cena and all his achievements in this company that he accomplished, but this is all about me, LA Knight. And then the fans once again said yeah, which I don't know how many times that he said LA Knight that the fans said after say yeah. But anyways, he was like, Like, but at the end of the day, like he was doing his job, trying to count 1, 2, 3. And that's what he did, and then he raised a hand, and then I was announced when everybody say my name, and then that's when the fans were like, "L.A. Knight." And then before he could continue, that's when Grayson Waller interfered in the match. He was like, you keep blabbering your mouth about how you beat John Cena as your special guest referee and blah, blah, blah. And about talking about The Miz being a skull crushing finale, the invisible version of John Cena. And he's like, and he was like, and my associate Austin Theory did not like what you were saying. Like he was livid of what you were saying, and like, you know what? I'm gonna let my associate do the rest of the talking. That's when they hit his music, which was A-Town Down. Like he came out, he was like, LA Knight, are you bragging about you won this past match with the guy that with a special guest referee, which is the greatest, which he call himself the greatest of, which they call him the greatest of all time. Everybody, including himself, call himself the greatest of all time, and which that being John Cena. But at this year's WrestleMania, I beat that same guy, and also I also beaten you, Mr. LA Knight, and then they were also bragging about how much they're undefeated on SmackDown. Well, at least as a tag team. I was like, that's kind of hypocritical, but not as much as Corey Graves going back and forth of loving and hating LA Knight. But yeah, it was kind of a little hypocritical enough by proclaiming that them being undefeated. Like if they're talking about if they're individually undefeated, but they're talking about as the tag team, they're talking about them as a team. But they only won one match, and that was only against, like they said, like it was Rey Mysterio, the Hall of Famer, and his stepson Santos Escobar, which they made fun of referring Santos as Rey Mysterio's stepson. Yeah, and no pun intended to the LA Knight catchphrase, but anyways. This is when LA Knight's like had enough of them, what they're saying, blabbering and mouthing what they are saying, like which mouthing on everything what they're saying that don't even make any sense. He was like, "Look, I know y'all are a fan favorite tag team," and then everybody, and right after he said that, that's when the fans started booing. I believe he sarcastically said that, and then he was like, and y'all have some points there, and he was like. But like, what he said, like, let's see right here. But he's like, did y'all, he said, yeah, that's what he said, like, y'all in a good mood, like, but y'all in a good mood, like, why won't one of you crotch goblins come in the ring with me? And he called Grayson Waller a what mouth? Like a mush mouth, yeah, because he keep running his mouth way too much. While Austin Theory is the guy that thinks he's the best of all time. Like he's like, if you since you 26 years old, like which he said, like you a 26-year-old that achieved so much, being Mr. Money in the Bank and 2-time United States and possibly the greatest United States champion. Well, he didn't say possibly. I would, that's coming from me, of course, but he's like he's the greatest of all time, and that's when LA Knight was like if you were the greatest of all time and all, like why don't you both step y'all's crotch goblins, I should say. How silly of me doing that tongue tie, but yeah, you come in here and face the megastar, like. And then this is when Austin Theory was like, I can beat you again. And when I'm through with you, like The Miz won't worry about you ever again with your 15-minute of fame being over. And then that's when we have the match. This is when LA Knight put on a great fight. I'll say this was probably even I'll say a tad better than his match with The Miz, and even with the tribute show with Bray Wyatt when he wrestled Finn Balor, the same guy that Bray Wyatt beat when he debuted as The Fiend. But anyways, anyway, it was better than those two matches combined. Even though I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan, or not even, let alone being an LA Knight fan at all, it's just catchy by making fun of saying his catchphrase, "Let me talk to you," and yeah. But anyways, this is when he started hitting Austin Theory with the announce table, like about over like 100,000 times. Like when fans start chanting "LA Knight, yeah, LA Knight, yeah," or yeah, or at least, or LA Knight, like they're like LA Knight, LA Knight. And then this is when Corey Graves started talking so much more shib about LA Knight, saying like when he called him a moosh mouth or whatever it's called, like basically a guy that runs his mouth way too much. But he was basically stating that, and he was like how very disrespectful of him. Like he was kissing Grayson Waller's mouth so much, like that he's overusing his power and abusing it, his heel power of being a hypocrite. Like first he was basically what's that? Not paying tribute, but I would say acknowledging the megastar LA Knight by saying yeah when he was interviewing. But now when Grayson Waller comes in, he started talking so much trash about him, saying it's very disrespectful of disrespecting the arrogant Ozzy. Well, he didn't say arrogant. He just called him the amazing Ozzy, or whatever it's called. Yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments what's Grayson Waller's actual nickname is. But yeah, he would start saying that. That's when Grayson Waller's like, "Is that illegal? Like for him hitting Austin Theory's head right into the announcer's desk? Yeah." And then that's when like that even legal? Like he started hitting him 100,000 times, and at the end of the time, that's when LA Knight went out in the ring. That's when he did his finger pose, doing this to the Boston crowd, which they were loving it. They were like, yeah. And then this is when LA Knight throws Austin Theory in the ring. This is when he hit him towards Tina the Turnbuckle. This is when he Irish whipped him to the other corner with the other Tina the Turnbuckle. He tried to go for an attacking splash, but he hit him with a slam dunking hot shot right into that middle metal pole part of that supports Tina the Turnbuckle right around the throat, which that hit him very painfully. Like it made him land and crash right on the outside of the concrete floor, and then that's what gave Austin Theory the advantage to bring him down and try to get him the win. With him trying to get him the win, which he draped LA Knight right into corner of the ring apron. He hit him with a neck breaker. That's when Austin Theory did the A-Town hand majig, and then with Grayson Waller cheering him on. Let's see. But this is when they went on the outside on the other side. This is when Grayson Waller started taking the turnbuckle pad off and making it exposed. This is when Michael Cole was like, here's him. Here's Grayson Waller dishonestly getting into the trouble, like. And then when LA Knight tried to do a suplex on the concrete, this is when Austin Theory reversed out of it. This is when when Grayson Waller was taking the Tina Turnbuckle pad off. And then this is when this is when Kevin Patrick was like, "What is he doing?" And then that's when Corey Graves tried to take up for Grayson Waller and come up with an excuse for him, come up with an excuse for a reason why. What is he doing with the turnbuckle pad, and why is he exposing it? And then he was like, maybe he's doing ring. And that's what he said. Or maybe he's doing ring maintenance. That's when Michael Cole was like, it looks like he's more like doing some ring damages in the ring side of the ring and into the tin of the turnbuckle pad. And then this is when Austin Theory liked what Grayson was doing, so he started smirking at him like yeah, like I know, this gives me an idea. And then that's when he throws LA Knight back in the ring. This is when he was trying to get ready to. This is when he was trying to get ready to get ready to throw him into the exposed turnbuckle. This is when LA Knight countered the move and swing back, and then hit him with a running power slam. This is when he hit a signature move, which is that LA Knight, elbow drop, whatever it's called. Like, he hit him with the move. This is when he. And then this is when. And then this is when Grayson Waller tried to distract LA Knight distract LA Knight from doing the elbow drop move. But This is when Grayson Waller dropped back down off the apron. And then Michael Cole randomly said, like, usually the fans do not like LA in general, but they do like LA Knight. And then this is when I heard earlier. This is when I heard. And Corey Graves was being hypocritical. This is when he referred LA Knight as La Knight. I was like, he clearly watches ups and downs, because like I heard nobody in the world call LA Knight La Knight until Corey Graves brought it up. Right after Simon's been calling him that for the past 6-7 months. Ever since when everybody started noticing LA Knight on Friday Night SmackDown. Like, I was like, no one did not been calling him LA Knight La Knight. No one been calling LA Knight La Knight until Simon's been calling him that on his ups and downs video ever since he been on SmackDown. But yeah, it's very clear that Corey Graves learned that from the master of the ups and downs, my man Simon Miller. But anyway, this is when Austin Theory tried to hit LA Knight, or should I say La Knight, right into the exposed tin of the turnbuckle. This is when LA Knight rolled out of his grasp. He turned him around, hit the blood force trauma with the 4-1-2-3, and then this is and the winner is LA Knight, of course. Yeah, clearly, because I said 1, 2, 3. But this is when the fans started repeatedly saying, like LA Knight celebrated a bit, like, from his win. This is when Grayson Waller tries to come in and tries to attack him from behind, but LA Knight came in right on time, turned around, which he saw. This is when Grayson Waller was like, okay, I'm out the touch. I was just congratulating you. Like, you did impressively great. Like, you celebrate your night. Like, I'm just going to roll out. And then that's when LA Knight chased him out of there. This is when Grayson Waller and he claimed he was trying to give him. And then this is when he was claiming he was trying to give him the rub. And then Corey Graves was agreeing, like he was just trying to give him the rub, and the LA Knight just trying to scare him away. And then, but also, speaking of the rub, I want to also point out that Michael Cole asked him, like he was like you brought in plenty of legendary wrestlers on your show, like with the likes of Rey Mysterio and Edge and John Cena into your and I don't know about John Cena. Hopefully, I don't get corrected on that. I meant Cody Rhodes, and then he's been encountered with John Cena, and then he's some say that you're getting the rub off them, and he was like, no, it's the other way around, because all these critics on social media criticizing criticizing them, how old they are, and they're not relevant like they used to be, and I'm trying to make them relevant again. And I was like, how you're making them relevant just by being on your show? Like, the only thing that's making someone relevant is the legends making your Grayson Waller effect show, because no one did not know about the show until you start bringing in legends like Cody Rhodes. I won't say Cody Rhodes is a legend. I'll say he's getting legendary, though, but that doesn't mean he's the term legend. But I'll say legends like Edge and Rey Mysterio and John Cena. And then and wrestlers that are legendary like Cody Rhodes, but if it hadn't been for them, no one wouldn't really know about the Grayson Waller effect unless they've been watching you ever since NXT. But watching on NXT, but it's whatever. Like, Grayson Waller believes in that. I guess we should all believe in that. Grayson Waller's given the relevant rub and making them relevant again. It's whatever. But anyways, this is we're gonna get back to the LA Knight celebrating his latest victory against former two-time United States champion Austin Theory, and then it kind of remind me of the days of their NXT days, like when they were in the program at the beginning of 2022 before LA Knight got called up to the main roster. Like when Grayson Waller put a restraining order against LA Knight, I believe, and he's like, this restraining order is not worth the paper it's been printed on. Good SOB. Like, I was like, and that's what made me got me thinking that that's when it very first got me thinking that he's trying to act like and trying to look like and be like The Rock, because with his persona talking very similar to him, and trying to sound similar back in The Rock's days in the Attitude Era. I was like, and then I've been thinking, and that's had me thinking about that ever since. Which I'm not saying that he's a copycat. I'm just saying he is mimicking stuff from the Attitude Era, and that's The Rock's one of it. Like, he's very a bit too similar, just like the Brahma Bull People's Champ even. But yeah, I believe that The Rock will call him out for that, like, in the future. But that's a story for another day. But what y'all think about this match against LA Knight and Austin Theory? Y'all let me know down below. And what do you think about this? And also, what do y'all think about his program with The Miz so far? Y'all also let me know about that as well. But we're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna move on to this backstage interview with AJ Styles. With the reporter asked, like, is he still in shape enough to face the former undisputed tag team champion and former half of the Usos, like the former one half of the Usos, Jimmy Uso, like is he still clear enough, or not clear enough, I should say, in the shape enough to fight him tonight in the main event? And then AJ Styles what do you think? Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm like, as long as I'm still standing here, like I can still fight him tonight. Jimmy Uso's made a mistake of not bringing me all the way down. Like, if I can still get back up from that brutal attack, brutal blindside attack from the Usos, then he was like, what do you think? Oh yeah, he was like, nothing's not going to stop me from ripping the head off of Jimmy Uso. And that's when he walked out of there. Walked out there getting ready for his match. But before he even got to his match, he went straight up to the OC, which we're going to get there. We'll get there in just a minute. And then this is when the Judgment Day came out, which is, I'm going to spoil y'all, but I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But But these are the third heels that were acting very hypocritical tonight, which we're gonna talk about that later on. But here we have the Judgment Day, which is the third double H of the night. But they were cutting a promo about like how they beating Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and then they should keep their eyes and give a round of applause of the Judgment Day. Like they're saying, like you should be paying attention to Finn Balor's like you should be paying attention to your senior Money in the Bank and your new latest Grand Slam champion, and we're the new undisputed tag team champions, tag team championship. Me, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. But before they cut a promo, I understand why I do these small details. These small details like these at the last minute, but my apologies on that. I'm still trying to work on that. But this is when the ring announcer, Mike Romero, accidentally referred Damian Priest as Dominic Mysterio at first, at least his first name. He was like, Senor Money in the Bank, or Damian Priest. I like, really, Mike Romero? Like, you've been announcing him ever since from the past years, the Judgment Day. You couldn't make a small tongue-tie like that. Small tongue-tie that was so easy to announce. Like, it's very, like, even I could have done that. Like really. On the ring announcer. But, I mean, he's probably been exhausted of not really doing nothing else, only just announcing names and not getting that much of a break, only just during matches. But still, like half the time, that's still enough time for you to rest and relax until you introduce the winner. But anyways, what y'all thought about that slip up from the ring announcer? Y'all let me know down below. But this is when Dominic, like everybody else, like everybody else noticed, like what the fans would do when every time, like everybody else in the wrestling internet community noticed, of course. Even the fans that's not in the community would know, like the casual wrestling fans that not much in the internet would notice this too. Like that Dirty Doms is definitely getting booed, even though even when he tries to talk or speak or try to get a word in, he hardly can do that because they'd be booing so loud to the point I bet his mommy Rhea could hear it right across the globe in India. But anyways, this is when he was like mommy's not here tonight because she's over half across the globe, showing her dominance in India to the Indian fans that how dominant she is as the most toughest and strongest women's world champion in the roster. And I was like, if that's the case, then how come she couldn't beat Raquel without your help? And we're gonna figure that out this Monday. But at the same time, I can't sound hypocritical like the Judgment Day. Two wrongs don't make a right. I'm gonna say she did win that championship all by herself against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, and even successfully defended it all by herself against Zelina Vega. But the rest of the times, I would say Dominic was there. Dirty Doms was always there to create a diversion, whether if it was Natalya or Raquel. But during half of those times, so she's not mostly dominant. I would say halfway dominant, like she's halfway across the country from her dirty Latino heat Doms. But yeah, like whoever was at the spectacle show, like let me know what happened, what went down there down in the comments below. For those who watching this video that happened to watch the show hours before watching this show, whoever watched the spectacle show, whoever that was in India that attended the show, y'all let me know what went down below. I would love to hear that. But we're gonna get back to this review with. And then this is when he was like, you should respect the Judgment Day. And then that's when everybody's booing. Everybody didn't care what they were saying. This is when Finn Balor was like, just ignore them. Like, just ignore them, Dom. Like, and then this is when, oh yeah, the Brawl and Bruce came out before they could say anything else. There's like, and then this is when Butch is like, Friday night, I mean, not Friday night, I'll say, like, but Friday Night SmackDown in Boston, Massachusetts. Like, it's fight night. And then everybody started cheering, like, yeah. Let's see. Okay, it's right here. And this is when Rich Holland got the microphone. He's like, the Brawl and Brutes are here. And then we're going to put on a banger in Beat Town, which is known by the Boston. And then he's like, we're not really proud of us. Like, oh, yeah, and I forgot. This is when Damian Priest was like, we did something that even the Bloodline couldn't do, and including Roman Reigns, and we achieved something that Roman Reigns failed to do, and that is to beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And not only we did that, we took their undisputed tag team championship and made them ours. That's what they said. That's what else they were saying. They were like, and he's like, we're better than the Bloodline. I was like, oh, really? Like, if that's the case, like, if you could do more than the Bloodline could, like, y'all could be the undisputed champion and beat Roman Reigns, which I'm not sure that they could do that right now, and they even know that. So they were trying to make it look like that they're better than the Bloodline. They're carrying all the gold. Like, they are carrying each gold individually and respectively, but that doesn't mean y'all are carrying every single gold. But anyways, this is when, yeah, we're going to get back to the Brawl and Brutes. And this is when Rich Hollins was like, and then this is when Rich Hollins was like, you know, like, I made habits of breaking fellas like you to the Judgment Day. And he was like, but it's not me that you should be worrying about right now. Like, it is this little fella right here, which he was pointing and referring to Butch, which Finn Balor started laughing like, you think I'm afraid of this fella right here? And then this is when Butch grabbed his fingers, and then he bent them back, and then he was like, oh my God. And then this is when the Brawl and Brutes start, bro. And then that's when this is when they fought him out. I mean, they clotheslined both Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio right out of the ring. This is when this is when they try to hit a double team move right onto Finn Balor, but Damian Priest pulled him out of the ring, and then they're trying to huddle up and trying to come up with a plan to beat down the Brawling Brutes. Which I'll say it didn't last for long, but still a really good, entertaining match. But yeah, my apologies for forgetting about that, about Roman Reigns. That was the first thing that was on my mind to remember. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get better at this in the next video. But yeah, this is when they try to get the better at Butch, but at first, Butch was bringing on a fight that the Judgment Day probably is not soon to forget. Like, they're gonna probably remember, not to underestimate the Brawl and Brutes members. I'll say the Brawl and Brutes. They're not going to underestimate the Brawl and Brutes members ever again, because despite overcoming them, they went over plenty of brutal obstacles, because the Brawl and Brutes were not giving up without some kind of a fight, which they gave to the new undisputed tag team champions. And then this is when Michael Cole pointed out that Butch is in the tournament. Which he said he was in a very great and fantastic match with Axiom this past Tuesday. Which I talked about that, even though it was very shortly when I was reviewing it on my video this past Tuesday. Make sure you check that out for those who haven't watched it already. But whoever already watched it, if y'all want to watch it, y'all can just go ahead and watch it. Be my guest. I love to have views any day than not having them at all. But anyways, this is where he acknowledged that he was participating into the Heritage Cup Invitational Tournament, which it was only a draw, but it was still a great match, which I believe it was. Like, probably the best match you could possibly watch. Like, you probably thought they weren't not on NXT at all. Make sure you check that out for those who haven't watched it already. And then for those who watched, like, tell me that wasn't a great match. But anyways, this is when Butch started hitting his moves, his typical moves. Like, he was bringing down the former Archer of Infamy, the executioner of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest. This is when he tried to go for a running attack. This is when he hits him with a side drop kick to the bruiserweight, and then this is when Damian Priest gets him back. This is when Damian Priest hits Rich Holland out of the ring. This is when he hit him. He hit him with this driving face buster right into Butch's head. Looked like the old dirty deeds Dean Ambrose used to do, which it looks more safer. Like, I kind of understand why they have him using it because one, Dean Ambrose is not here, that was a random theory, but might be true. But more like referring to the second one, he safely hit the move, and they probably saw him doing that when he was probably training in the ring at the PC. But he hit that move on the Butch. Butch kicked out right at 2.999. This is when he tried to tag in Damian Priest and do some but first he grabs on the Butch. Butch counters his maneuver. This is when Finn Balor tags himself. He tried to clothesline Butch, but he hit him with a German suplex. This is when Dirty Doms tried to interfere. This is when Dirty Doms tried hitting him 10 beats to the brawl, I believe it's called. This is when Finn Balor hit the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, the surprise roll up. This is when he hits him with a sling blade. This is when he hits him with the buckle drop kick. He tried to go for a coup de grace, but Butch rolls out of the move. This is when he rolled out of it. This is when he got out, roll away, and then Finn Balor rolled into it. I believe he hit him with an instant-giri kick. Damian Priest tried to hit him with a sit-out choke slam, but once he tried to lift him up, this is when Butch hit him with a instant-giri kick. He finally tags in Ridge Holland, and he started hitting him with rugby tackles right into Damian Priest. And then this is when he hits him with a gut wrench crucifix slam. This is when he tried to go for that crucifix slam and then tags in Butch, and then they try to go for that double team maneuver. This is when Damian Priest tosses Butch right out of the top rope and then went to his corner. This is when Damian Priest rolled out of it. This is where he hits double sit-out choke slam right into. This is where he hits him with a sit-out choke slam right onto both Butch and Ridge Holland. This is when Finn Balor finally hits the coup de grace for the 1-2-3, which I would say, like I said, short but a fantastic match. I would give the match itself at least 3.5, if not 4. I would say most likely 4 stars itself. But that's not how I'm rating the show. I would say the match itself. But what y'all would rate this match? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. This is when we had Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce talking backstage. This is when LA Knight came in the room. He was like, "What's going on here?" This is when Paul Heyman was like LA Knight, like he was like I'm a huge admirer of yours, like, and you're doing really well with this LA Knight shtick, like, and well, with the fans started have the fans, the t-shirts, the merchandise selling out, like you have the fans getting over you with your catchphrase. And he was like, and then LA Knight's like, "Do you really think so?" And then this is when he was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "See, like what I did there, like yeah, like it's just you just cannot get enough of it." And then oh yeah, I forgot about two things. One, Corey Graves even pointed out the Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, aka Pretty Deadly, was watching the match backstage, and then backstage he was like, "Yeah, like we're gonna see the returning Pretty Deadly very soon, like with Pretty Deadly being backstage watching this match, and then he's still into the wheelchair, and because of Ridge Holland accidentally injuring the former NXT Tag Team Champion, and we're gonna see what's next about this. See what's gonna happen next between the Pretty Deadly and Brawling Brutes. This programming on SmackDown into this tag team feud, and then they're probably gonna. I'm surprised they didn't bring this up before, but like with Ridge Holland injuring another tag team wrestler, which we're probably gonna see that in the next upcoming weeks. We're gonna stay tuned for those who's watching SmackDown, and then stay tuned for those who's watching this SNA podcast. But we're gonna continue talking about the LA Knight segment. Him talking to Adam Pearce saying. And then he was like, he was begging for a match against The Miz. Oh, I forgot, like with the Miz, what's his name? Paul Heyman was talking about. He was saying he was telling Adam Pearce if Jey Uso was traded to Raw, like who's been traded to SmackDown from Raw, and then Adam Pearce was like, "That's not into my jurisdiction. Like that's the guy that's higher over me that's going to make that determined decision of who's going to be traded." And then this is when LA Knight's like, I just want to have another match with the Miz, and if he wants his head bashed into that ring again, I want to give him, and I'm gonna give him what he grants me to do. Like, well, I'm not sure he said it like that. I was like, if he wants he's begging to get his head bashed in that ring again, I'll gladly will do so. And then that's when Paul Heyman steps in. He was like, LA Knight. And then that's when Adam Pearce agreed into that match. He was like, "How about next week?" And then Knight's like, "How about sounds good? We're doing it next week." Yeah. And then that's how Pierce is like, "You can consider that official." And then that's when, you see how I did? And he was like, "See, doing business, Mr. Knight." And he was like, "Can you do me a favor? Like the next time you try to go in the office, out there in the back in the office, like." Please knock first. Like, and he's like, "Do you understand that?" And the LA Knight was like, "Yeah." Like his signature, yeah. But anyways, his signature, but yeah, he said yeah. And then he said yeah, Heyman said yeah. We all saying yeah. But anyways, this looks like it could be a future programming, but I'm not sure the LA Knight fans would like that. Like just to make him a glorified jobber for Roman Reigns, which I'm not sure LA Knight would not mind about that a bit. But yeah, we could see a LA Knight and Roman Reigns feud probably at the end of this year, sometimes in the next few months. But what do y'all think? Do you think they should go with this path after he done programming against The Miz, or should he face someone else, possibly a CM Punk? But that's only if CM Punk comes back, or somebody else entirely on the SmackDown roster, or you want to see him get moved over to the Raw brand, just like Jey Uso. But I'm not sure. You have to do another trade with another wrestler from Raw in order to have him be on Raw and have that Raw wrestler be on SmackDown. But yeah, y'all let me know down below, which I believe it would make the fans think, and just make the LA Knight fans think that he could get pushed to becoming the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. But I don't know about that, because with Roman Reigns holding that title even more longer, and then having Cody Rhodes finally finish the story, if he comes to SmackDown, which has been rumoredly noted that Cody Rhodes is being traded to SmackDown. And who you still think that Cody Rhodes is gonna? I'm not Cody Rhodes. Who is Jey Uso has been traded from SmackDown to Raw and then Raw to SmackDown with? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I'll love to hear that. And after the Judgment Day one-day match, this is when Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits made their presence known, that they want to go, and that's what they came in here for. And I was like, I could see the Street Profits winning the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, and they could redesign those titles and make it actually golden rather than silver with less colorful straps. It'll be black straps. It'll be like the original WWE Tag Team Championships when they were on SmackDown back in the Ruthless Aggression era. But maybe newer and modernized, and then they'll have the new WWE logo, no matter how they design the WWE Tag Team Championship. And it had me thinking, is Bobby Lashley going to go after the North American Championship? Even though it looks like a title that should be on the main roster exclusively, and then it looks like they're starting to make it like that, make it like a main roster exclusive championship, even though it's the NXT Championship, and then it's exclusively on NXT, but it's starting to be more exclusive on the main roster as well. But don't tell me they're going to do some kind of angle after he's done feuding with Mustafa Ali and Dragon Lee, we're going to see him finally drop that title to Bobby Lashley. And then that's when Bobby Lashley going to be exclusively on NXT, while the Street Profits are Undisputed Tag Team Champions. And they can also fight Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, for his proper name, but at least in WWE. But yeah, because they teased that they could possibly face them in the tag team match for those straps in the upcoming future on NXT. But if this is the way to do it, then this is the best way to do it. Oh, be careful, Trey. Hey, Sammy. Can you excuse me, Samson? Samson, can you please? Uncle SNA is doing a video. Can you please get him out to the living room? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Trey. Thank you so much, Atreyu. Yeah, you're a lifesaver right now. Yeah, appreciate that. Uncle Julian can't play with you right now. Uncle Super Ninja Austin can't play with you right now. And I just gave away my identity once again, probably for a third time. But anyways, that doesn't matter right now. But what does matter is talking about this video. Samson, you got to do what you've been told. But anyways, but yeah, we're going to probably see that. We might see, they're probably teasing this, and that's probably the best way because they're known as the WWE. But at first, I thought they would probably change it to the World Tag Team Championship. Or we could do it this way, they could win the Raw Tag Team Championship, make that into the WWE Tag Team Championships, and then the Judgment Day could go or continue on Raw as the World Tag Team Championships. But yeah, what do y'all think about the matter whatsoever? And what do you think about the new improved Bobby Lashley's Hurt Business faction with Street Profits against the Judgment Day? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I think it will be a really great decision to do so. Like at this point, like. But. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, but anyways, this is when they start showing everything what's happening on Superstar Spectacle. Even a post-match promo with John Cena thanking everybody in India of watching them live. This is when Atreyu, no, Uncle cannot do that right now. He's doing this video. He's doing the SNA podcast. No. Atreyu, Uncle. Okay, you cannot be acting like this on this video. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Children, they do not understand anything, do they? Viewers, does anybody have a child or even some kind of a nephew or a niece or that's only thinks about playing all day? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, back to the wrestling review, the Friday Night SmackDown wrestling review. Like John Cena. Match promo, the thanking everybody and then raising the hand of Seth freaking Rollins of teaming with him and then so more and even the Great Khali was there and he was saying hi to the fans and handshaking and high fiving and then cheering with the fans and etc. And then Shanky doing his dance, and then doing his those crazy moves dance, those the Bali dance. Like I don't know. Like I hope I'm not sounding insulting. Uncle cannot. This is not a circus video. This is a review video. Uncle SNA is not supposed to be doing this. Uncle Super Ninja Austin's not supposed to be doing this right now. Unless he's doing some kind of a circus video, that's a different story. Uncle Julian's going to help you with... Uncle Super Ninja Austin's going to help you with this... That's going to help you with this... help you with your YouTube content. But until then... Uncle SNA got to start from somewhere because he's been doing this for the past 4 weeks, for almost a month now. I know this is your room and all, but can you at least help Uncle SNA out, cooperating with him and playing it on the side and letting Uncle SNA finish what he's talking about onto his SNA podcast review? But anyways, yeah, we got the Great Khali. The rumors were true that the Great Khali's gonna make an appearance. He sure did, even though it wasn't a match. But it was to say hi to the fans and then celebrating that WWE having their spectacle event, like which they haven't done for the past 6 years, due to one of the reasons being for the pandemic, and then other. I don't know about the other reasons, but one of the reasons being because of the pandemic. But anyways, yeah, it looked like the fans that was at the showcase event was having a big time blast. Like they got to see their favorite superstars and the matches was such a blast. Like you would see them on TV, but you're seeing it live on person, which I'm happy for those fans, and I'm happy for those happy for those who went got an experience of a lifetime. Like I gotta say, I wish I had the biggest event. I wish I could have had the biggest of a lifetime when I went to the Sunday Night Stunner event like a year ago. But it was still a great show. Like it had guys like Kevin Owens, Seth freaking Rollins, Matt Riddle, and Bianca Belair, Bayley, which he called the city Tropicana, which I can't name which city what it was right now. be which that would be what's that? I will reveal I will reveal where I'm staying at. Like, even though it's the city, even though it's not exactly the city where I'm at, but it's near where I'm at a town that I'm in. But yeah, it was still a great time. We had fun experience. Me and my brother, my sister-in-law, and my uncle. Like, we had the greatest experience on that event. But enough about my time of experiencing. We're going to talk about Boston's experience of watching tonight's SmackDown. That is the main event, but we had advertisement about next week. John Cena will make his return. He will be on the Grayson Waller effect, and Grayson Waller's going to ask him hundreds of questions, including about that time where he got AA'd by the 16-time world champion at London, over 60,000 fans, which Michael Cole asked him earlier about that. And it looks like we're going to probably see some kind of a program, because they said John Cena is going to be available for all month long of September until October, because he's probably going to head back to Hollywood, which I'm not sure if he's going to be doing anything in Hollywood much, unless it's going to be in private filming. Because there's still film strikes that's going out in downtown of Hollywood in Los Angeles, but yeah, we're going to talk about probably more about that into the wrestling news. But we're going to get to the main event match with Jimmy Uso, thinking he could take down the phenomenal AJ Styles. But he didn't know he wasn't going to do that. But we're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk more about this, like, as soon as we thought what went down. Like, Jimmy Uso thought he got the upper hand with the running hip attack and the Samoan drop, and there was like 2.999s after 2.999s. This is when Corey Graves started talking more shit, except this time to the phenomenal AJ Styles, saying, like, because backstage, like, which I should have said this, like, AJ Styles was like, where were y'all were at? Like, he was telling Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, like, y'all should have had his back at all times. And then that's when, we were watching this funny video, because them two and Michin were laughing. We were looking at a funny video called, it said, Boston Massive of Chooses. I don't know. I forget. I need to look back into that. My apologies. I forgot to look at that, but this is when AJ Styles threw a Carl Anderson's phone on the ground. That's when Carl Anderson was like, "Yo, what the hell's your problem, AJ?" And then this way AJ's like, "What's your problem of not helping me?" And then that's when he was like, "Well, look, we told you not to get involved in the bit." And then that's when AJ Styles was like, "But that doesn't matter. Like, you should have been there with me at all times." And then that's when started arguing. Luke Gallows tried to break it up. He was like, "Look, you know what? Like I'm gonna face Jimmy Uso, and I'm gonna take him down all by myself without you guys' help." And that's what he just did. Atreyu, no, you cannot be doing that. No. What? You just knocked my earbud down, Atreyu? Sorry about that, kids. Like, my little nephew, like, he's such a spoiled canary, yeah. But, like, which one of you viewers have children that's like that? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But anyway, we're gonna get back to the match. This is where he tried to twist his arm. Ow, sorry, I got a cramp on my leg after getting up from my nephew. Asking, ow, sorry about that. Ow, I shouldn't have bent it back rather than forward. This is when this is when Corey Graves said, like once you have once you're against somebody that has the wise man and the enforcer of the bloodline, like you should always have backup at all times. Like yeah, but that's what he thought he had, but they don't want to get involved for some weird reason. And it looks like we're teasing the split with the OC. And what do y'all think? Like, are they going to split up anytime soon, or are they going to keep teasing it for the next couple of months until finally they snap and they turn on him and possibly be in some kind of a tag team feud, like with AJ Styles and his tag partner of his choosing against Gallows and Anderson? Yeah. But what do y'all think about it whatsoever? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But we're back to the review, to the AJ Styles, back to the Styles versus Jimmy Uso review. He had him in a headlock, but that hardly lasts for long because AJ Styles got out of it. He slammed Jimmy Uso right back first into the canvas. This is when AJ Styles come back and start hitting him with his slaps and chops and back fist and discus clothesline, and then also about the Jimmy Uso the explanation, like he was all high and dry, and he had nobody around, none of his family. Got no Roman Reigns, no Solo Sikoa, no Jey Uso, because he's out of the bloodline. Even though he kind of helped him with the Roman Reigns retain, and he offered Jimmy Uso a brand new car, a brand new house, and a brand new yacht. But he declined the offer because he didn't want his brother Jay to be like him. But he's going to go back to him. That's what makes it definitely hypocritical. Because like, why would you go back to him if you didn't want your own brother to be like him? An egotistical a-hole. But yeah. The commentary did a best job explaining why did he went back there, which, well, he might as well should have just stayed with the bloodline. Like if he didn't have any plans of being on his own, just like Jey Uso. Like he's on Raw. Even though he's got targets on Raw, like and a lot of guys that want to fight him on Raw, but he still has a plan that's probably up his sleeves that he's going to be using against whoever steps up to him, like whether it be in either the member of the Judgment Day, but the Judgment Day recently offered, especially Dominic, of joining the group, but he didn't say yes or no. He was just kind of interested, and he just walked off, and he probably thinking about that, which I don't think he's going to join the JD faction. I think, if anything, he's going to probably join Owens and Zayn to take on the Judgment Day. And I'm not sure because he just don't fit in. Despite no longer being on the bloodline, I just don't see him in. But anyways. And then this is when they start throwing slaps on each other. AJ. And then when AJ Styles said, "Come here," to Jimmy Uso, he slapped him. Like it didn't seem like it hurt, but hardly even felt AJ Styles felt anything, and AJ Styles slapped him right back with a harder slap that you probably would have heard it right up in space. You probably hear that echoing around in space, like in other planets, with that slap so loud. Like I bet it was unforgiving that Jimmy Uso felt. And then that's when they're doing a slap off, which they were slapping each other over 100 times, metaphorically, of course. This is when he tried to hit him with a kick, but they just caught his leg. He spun him around. He hit him with a spinning enziguri, which he caught him, but AJ Styles hit him with a Pele kick of his own, which he brought down Jimmy Uso. This is when AJ Styles got back up. This is when AJ Styles brought him out of the ring. This is where he hits him with the phenomenal forearm right on the outside. This is when he connects it. This is when AJ Styles did a stare down for like 2 seconds against Solo Sikoa, which he was like, as long as you're not in my way, I'm not in yours. This is when Solo held back. And because Paul Heyman's like, not now, like, don't worry about him. This is when AJ Styles brought him back in the ring. And then this is when he was getting ready, get his elbow pad into the right position to hit him with the phenomenal forearm, but Jimmy Uso rolled out of the ring. This is when Jimmy Uso tried to run up to him, try to hit a tag move, but he was so slow because AJ Styles quickly lifted him up. He hit him with the fireman's neck breaker with the knee right into his neck. And then this is when he hits and then this is when he tried to go for a pinfall, but he kicked out of it. This is when AJ Styles tried to go for another phenomenal forearm. This time he successfully hits the move. And I was like, wow, like he actually admitted. I thought Jimmy Uso was going to counter it once again, but this time he successfully hit it because expect the second time when you hit a move when it's been countered the first time, going to successfully hit it. I was like, how silly of me about that rule in professional wrestling, even though I never stepped foot in the ring and perform in the ring, even though I've been in ringside, like watching in the audience as a fan, but never got a chance to wrestle in the ring before. That could possibly change in the future. But anyways, but yeah, how silly of me to forget that rule because I have plenty of internet wrestling homies that always bring that up about the first thing about a rule in the match in the match finish, like is that you successfully hit your finishing move when you've been countered the first time. Like when you try to attempt to do it the second time, you win. Like at least 95 times out of 100 times, out of 100 times that you win into this tactic. And tactic, which that's what it was lucky for AJ Styles' case. This is when Solo Sikoa went into the ring. Went in the ring and he tried to spike AJ Styles, but AJ Styles smartly rolled out of the ring. He was like too slow. He was like too slow, Weasel, and then that's when he tried to walk out of there. This is when the Judgment Day attacked him from behind. They throw him in the ring. I was like, oh wait, what? Like, why are they? I know they do not like AJ Styles, but still, like, what they got to do with this programming with him against the Bloodline? And then they threw him in the ring. They were offering peace to Solo and to the rest of the Bloodline, with Solo Sikoa successfully spiking thanks to Priest and Balor. I was like, yeah. This is the surprise this is the sort of a surprise. I didn't say no surprise, but this is the surprise of him about me talking about the Judgment Day. Like y'all thought I forgot about me talking about the Judgment Day, being hypocrites. There it is right here. Like with them helping the Bloodline, even though they were just talking just rubbish about them being the better faction than the Bloodline, but they just helped them out by bringing down AJ Styles, and it looks like they're trying to join forces with them. And I was like, whoa, that was very hypocritical. Like, why? I was like, this was like the third hypocritical statement from a heel, which I came up with the term hypocrite heels, I should say. My apologies for the tongue tied and try to come up with the line. Like that's why I came up with the line that goes by hypocritical heels, or hypocrite heels for short. And that was the case of tonight's SmackDown. And I need to start selling the shirts like that. Make sure y'all will buy them if I did made shirts like that. But I'm gonna think about that as soon as I start doing some merchandise with my name, Super Ninja Austin, or my initials SNA. But yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna think about doing that as soon as I get big on this channel. But this is just the start. I'm just getting started. But anyways, that's what ended SmackDown. I was like, what they got to do anything? Like, even though they have history against AJ Styles from the past year, but what they got to do with the bloodline whatsoever? Maybe they see so many targets, like, and if they have the bloodline joining forces with them, like, then they don't have to worry about anybody or any. Don't about anybody bringing the Judgment Day down and taking their championships. Like, probably ever since they saw the new improved Hurt Business, which is with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. And then maybe that's what they realized, like maybe we need their help. And that's what made them think, like, maybe we need the bloodline's help. And then I'll say maybe that's understandable, but they should have practiced what they preach, like and they realized who's on their target. But we're gonna figure out all this later on. But yeah, that's what SmackDown ended. Like, I would give tonight's SmackDown 3 out of the 5. Yeah, I'll take 3 stars out of the 5 stars for being not much of a great show. But there was a lot of hypocritical statements with the likes of the Judgment Day and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller and Corey Graves, and even what's his name? Who it was? Jimmy Uso. It was Jimmy Uso. Yeah, I'm trying to go back to the bloodline. But yeah, we're gonna figure out all this in the next upcoming weeks, in the next couple of weeks, and how y'all will rate SmackDown tonight. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I guess we're gonna close this video out for now. And if you like this video, give this a thumbs up and comment below. Sorry about the outside interference, but like I said, I'm doing the SNA videos into a family member's house. But not to worry. I'm working on getting my own little place to do my SNA podcast. But that'll be probably in the next couple of weeks or so. But if y'all like this video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, click the notification bell beside. And if you have anything in y'all's mind, make sure to comment below. We're gonna head over to the AEW review video, which is right now. See you there. Super Ninja Austin, the Assassin, out of this video. And